Have you ever had someone tell you that you can control your thoughts and you just wanted to roll your eyes? The reason I'm asking is because I'm thinking, how exactly am I supposed to do that? If something terrible happens in my life, I can't just decide to be happy. If you've ever thought that, I completely understand. Because I believed the exact same thing for years. People kept telling me that I could control my thoughts, that I could just choose to be happier. And every single time I heard it, I'd think, you have no idea what you're talking about. You don't know what I'm going through. Seriously, how do you control a thought? It just didn't seem possible to me. Looking back now, I don't think the advice was wrong. I think I just didn't understand what people meant. I couldn't grasp it. And I have a feeling I'm not the only one. Now, I wish I could tell you that there was one conversation, one book, or one magical moment where everything suddenly fell into place. That's not what happened. I took a couple of life coaching courses over time. I did a lot of thinking, and somewhere along the way, something finally clicked. It wasn't that I suddenly stopped having negative thoughts. I still have them. We all do. Probably every day or most days. The difference is, I don't keep feeding them. That one realization changed my life. Because years ago, if a negative thought popped into my head, I'd stay with it. I'd roll with it. I'd replay it. I'd build on it. It would get worse and worse. I'd look for more evidence that it was true. Not on purpose. It was just subconscious. And one negative thought would turn into 10. Before I knew it, that one little thought had become the story I was telling myself for the rest of the day. And ruining my day because of it. Maybe you've done that too. Maybe you've had one bad moment and suddenly your mind starts telling you that your whole life is going wrong. Like I said, it still happens. Or someone criticizes you and before you know it, you're questioning everything about yourself. Our minds are really good at doing that. The biggest shift for me was realizing that thoughts are not facts. Just because my mind tells me something, it doesn't automatically make it true. Our minds come up with stories all day long. Some are helpful, some are not. The trick here is not to stop every negative thought, okay? I don't think that's realistic because we're human. The trick is deciding which thoughts deserve your attention. For me, that's where the real change happened. I realized I actually did have a choice, not about the first thought. That still shows up all by itself. It's your brain's way of protecting you. But I do have a choice about what happens next. Do I keep feeding it, or do I stop and ask myself, is this helping me? If the answer is no, I try to change the narrative. I put my attention somewhere more useful. Not because I'm pretending everything is okay, everything's peachy. No, not because life is easy. Life isn't easy. There are things that happen that deserve to be felt. Grief, loss, fear, disappointment. I'm not talking about ignoring those things. I'm talking about all those everyday thoughts that quietly convince us that we're not good enough, that we're too late, that nothing is ever going to change, or that we'll probably fail anyway. Those are the thoughts I don't keep feeding anymore. Do they still show up? Absolutely. But they don't get to run the show. They don't get to run my day. And honestly, I think that was one of the biggest reasons I'm happier today than I used to be. I'm happy most days, not because life got easier. It didn't. But because I stopped handing over the steering wheel every time my mind came up with another negative story. Now I'm curious about you. When a negative thought pops into your mind, what do you usually do with it? Do you find yourself feeding it also? Or have you found a way to let it go? I'd really love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Till next time, this is Joanne from the Bold Life Suite. See you soon.